Train by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night, all day.
Look at that. It was in my 5-minute rant. You just never know who's going to walk by this fucking bar. So, Wayne, what's your last name, dude?
Wistrich.
Wistrich? I never knew that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
Hanging in there.
Yeah, what you doing on a Sunday, huh?
I was about to go get something to eat, but now I'm on this podcast.
Got him, dude. I saw him walking by and I was like, that's him. I need to go get him right now. Man, I was going to get food and I snatched him up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, this is, what did we meet, like 2 or 3 months ago?
Something like that.
Is that when you moved over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this dude, great conversationalist, man. We come to the bar and we chat about all kinds of weird shit. Ain't that right?
Oh, yeah. Nonstop every day. Gotta get them PBRs.
That's right, baby. What are you getting into today?
I don't know. I was just watching the Saints game for a little bit. And
Oh, yeah. When is that?
It was on. It's on right now.
Oh, shit.
It's for noon, but doing some laundry, making some things happen, chilling.
Just doing a Sunday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you wear your chicken hat today?
It was a good day for it, but Pels play tomorrow. I'll probably have it on tomorrow.
So he came in here Friday and he had a Pels hat on. Pelicans are a basketball team, for those who don't know. And I swear the Pelicans hat looks just like a chicken head.
Yeah, it was bad. It's supposed to mimic the mascot, but yeah, now that you say it, it's definitely a chicken.
The crazy thing is they just updated the mascot too, right?
I think they upgraded it like shortly after they rebranded in 2013. I think they had just a really off-looking pelican that was frightening the children. So,
Man, I like the old one better than this one, but the old one was kind of scary.
Yeah. But they won't get rid of that king cake baby. That king cake baby is here to stay. Every Mardi Gras, you will see that scary, scary king cake baby coming through that stadium.
It's a terrifying thing.
It's awful.
So, Wayne, where do you sit with the world right now? How do you feel like everything is moving?
My 401k could be doing a little bit better, but it's rough right now. I'd say it's a lot of people struggling right now. So
It's a weird time to be alive, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you think's the underlying cause of it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just one thing, but there's a lot of greed and corruption in this world, and variety of that doesn't really help anybody out.
Yeah, you think it's like did you hear about the recent like FTX thing that happened, the crypto deal?
No.
Okay, so this is my understanding of the situation. Is FTX was one of the crypto exchange platforms. So you get on, you pay for your crypto, and if it's on there, they can use it to trade and make money off of it, just like a bank, right? So the United States gave all this money to Ukraine to help them out with their situation they got going on right now. Ukraine turned around and took that money and then turned it into FTX tokens.
Okay.
So put it on the exchange. And then the man who runs the exchange was actually taking that money and then donating it back to the Democrats for their like election campaigns.
So they took that money and invested it?
It took
That's
that
what you're
money.
telling me?
Is it investing if you just donate it to politicians?
But they flipped it in the FTX.
Yeah, they took the money and they flipped it into FTX. And then the guy who owns that, it was the second largest donor of Democrats. So millions of dollars given back to Democrats. It's just fucking crazy. I think that's so most people are upset about this, which you can be upset about this because they gave a lot of money away. And FTX actually took a lot of people's money because that right there was just money that taxpayers, taxpayer money. But when you think about it, FTX had all kinds of people's money in it because they're just random people that bought crypto and they can't get it back now because FTX went under. The guy was just throwing the money away. But I think that it outlines a really important thing with crypto is that it's totally transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Like we now know these things were happening rather than it going through a bank and no one ever seeing the transactions happen.
Right. I haven't gotten too deep into the crypto, but it just seems off in that point right there. Like how you're saying, like they're exposing these investments and like, people are throwing a lot of money in there and then they're like, just to like attract people. And then they're pulling it out in some cases and then making the value of that drop drastically. I mean, I guess they've been doing that forever on the stock exchange, but
yeah, Yeah. So the difference in crypto is, and here where there are two segments of crypto. And the reason I'm in crypto brain is because there was one guy coming in today that was going to do crypto podcast. So I'm just like in the zone right now. But the good thing about crypto is you can have centralized and decentralized. So if you look at the decentralized platforms, which means they're user-owned servers, so like your crypto mining machines, those are still running fine. But if you look at the centralized ones, like the guy who just the FTX one, it was a centralized platform. They're the ones that are going belly up. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing we're seeing in the banks right now with the dollar having issues because it's a centralized system. If you let the people run their currency, then it's going to be fine because everyone's looking out for each other. But it's when you have a centralized thing that greed takes over and you just want to take whatever you can.
Oh, for sure. But there's no real change in the everyday process. You know, it's definitely exposing some things for regulation. But, you know, that American dollar, you're going to steady chase that.
It's not going to work. The American dollar is on its way out.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at the cycles of history, you can see it. It's on its way out. And the next thing that's going to happen is China is going to take over with the global currency. And it's going to be a digital dollar probably, but it's not going to be our digital dollar. It's going to be China's digital dollar, whatever they're calling it. That's my prediction.
Okay. I don't know. But I feel like it takes, you know, regular currency to get the cryptocurrency, right? Like you're using your currency to get.
No, you're just, if you want to, you're basically just turning it into dollars because that's what's going to happen eventually anyway. You're going to take all the dollars and you're going to turn it into whatever form of crypto is going to win out. And then you're going to have crypto rather than dollars.
China's a powerful country. Their dollar is not valued very much right now, but it has never been. But
so one of the things that just happened also in this like whole scheme of things is Nancy Pelosi's husband just sold a shit ton of NVIDIA graphics cards to China. I mean, that's what people use to mine crypto. So it's almost like the stage is set.
Interested.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on they don't talk about. You gotta be aware of you gotta be on top of like so many different news platforms, and
that's impossible, man. It's like it's impossible for the average person to worry about that when they're worrying about life too, and especially when life gets harder. You know, the dollar doesn't go as far. Life is getting harder for people. Then people have to worry about making more money rather than focus on the real problems. And I think the real problems are what's causing people to have to make more money. Just fucking greed, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. You got to get it. I mean, everybody's getting it how they live, whether, you know, however they're working, however they're getting their money, however they're getting their income, they're going to figure something out. So
we should start stripping on the metaverse.
Oh no, not at the metaverse.
No, bro. So there's a thing right now that you can, you put on your VR headset, you can actually go in and you can strip for people.
That's weird.
Yeah, and knowing you could be a dude or a chick or whatever. I was talking to my friends about it. And I was like, we should start one of these like these characters, and we should do like a rotation.
There's a hustle for everything.
Yeah, bro. we each do like little shifts, like 8-hour shifts or whatever it is. Okay.
But it's like a character, right?
Yeah, it's your avatar.
It's your okay.
So it's not actually you stripping. But, you know, you're making money.
But you're doing the body movement.
Yeah, bro, you're in your apartment just fucking dancing away, stripping the hell out of it, taking it all off. Woo.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of ugly bras doing that right now, making good money.
Dude, I was thinking about doing it too. I'm like, shit, might as well. Got a VR headset, got a big space in the apartment. I'll do my 4 hours, then pass the VR headset over to somebody else.
Kind of what, you know, this is stemming from, you know, there's a hustle for everything. You know, there's, you know, you got to get it how you live, and look at them. That's how they're living.
We created OnlyFans for our avatar. Okay. We run the OnlyFans too. Then we make merch for our avatar. We start selling that. We basically create a famous, VR stripper.
A whole group of them. We'll have a variety. I
think we just do one. We just do one, and we make her so popular. But we can all.
We'll make her competition too.
Okay. Now he's thinking. He's thinking now. It's like Elvis Presley, right? You seen that movie?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, that's what. What's the general guy? What's his name? The dude that took Elvis's money. You know the story about Elvis? So I didn't know any of this
Not
either.
deep into Elvis, but
Well, until I watched the movie, I didn't realize this either. I've always like been a fan of Elvis's music, but I didn't realize that I forgot the fucking guy's name. General something's what he goes by. But apparently this was the guy who pushed Elvis.
okay.
Like he was like Elvis's manager and stuff.
Hmm.
So Elvis wouldn't have been anything without him, but he also took a lot of Elvis's money and like locked Elvis into deals that kind of like fucked him over.
That's most of the music industry.
Right. Yeah. As we're seeing unfold in front of us with Mr. Kanye.
Oh yeah.
And is there another rapper that's in trouble right now?
I'm sure there's a handful. I don't keep up with too much pop culture and like.
No, you're huge into basketball.
Just like I can't invest enough time to like just people, like as far as like people who don't know who I am. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like know all the, everything what's going on with their life, or like none of that really affects me.
It's true, yeah. And there's so much going on with the world right now. It's almost impossible to get a grasp on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to one of my buddies about it, and we were kind of talking about meditation and stuff one day.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell, I was like, I don't know why more people don't, go out and meditate. And he's like, well, they don't meditate because they have other shit going on in their life that won't allow them to sit down and meditate. And I'm like, well, that makes sense when you think about it.
I'd say people meditate in their own ways. I can't say that I've ever meditated, but you definitely do things to, calm yourself down. You're going to have your like it's Sunday. I work Monday through Friday. So usually Sunday is like my chill day. Like I need to just lay around. I need to like spend time with myself, kick it, take care of like stuff I need for the week, but just kind of regroup and get back together. So I'm sure meditating is quite pleasant. I don't know a full run on that, but you know what I'm saying? I think people have different ways of getting down with some sort of meditation.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was talking to a guy last night about it, and he's basically saying that, what did he say he did for meditation? He said like, he goes for a walk, and he said he finds the peace in the walk. And it's basically sitting with yourself. Yeah. I think it's what meditation is too in my mind. It's just being with yourself.
Yeah.
And like understanding that you are, this being, and all this shit that's going on out here doesn't really affect you when you're sitting in yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when you reach total nirvana and become God, which is it's the goal of everything, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you think God is, Wayne?
I don't know. He's something, or some lady. She probably real fine.
She probably is. I mean, if you're going to be a God, why not be attractive?
Right?
What if it's ugly? What if God's ugly?
Well,
and what if there's like a reason for it too? What if he's like, or she is like, I'm ugly on purpose because I don't want to be judged by my looks.
Dude, I mean, you can imagine all kinds of things. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while to figure that out. We'll see. I won't be able to live to tell you, but.
It was a thing I was reading a while back, and it was about enlightenment.
Yeah.
And, the post was good and everything, but the real juice in that was the comments. Because they were talking about the most enlightened people on the planet. And, they were trying to guess who it was. And like somebody was like, oh, it's David Blaine. And I don't know, they were just like naming off weird celebrities. And in my mind, I was thinking, no, the most enlightened person on the planet probably isn't even a celebrity. Like you'll probably never even like hear about this person because none of this stuff even matters in the scheme of things. And they don't want to be the spotlight.
Oh yeah. I don't want fame. I do
you
want
hear that?
the fortune.
You hear that? This is him right here.
I do want the fortune. I do not want the
no,
fame.
this is the most
people bother me.
The most enlightened person on the planet. You hear him? I don't want the fame. Like all you had to say was, it's not me. But no, he didn't say that.
Could be.
That's what a guru does. They trick you. They trick you into understanding.
Yep.
What else you got, Wayne?
I don't know. How's your day going, Kyle? You rolling? Good?
It's good, man. Did you come through last night?
I did not. I had
Okay.
How was that? The show was good?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So last night we had the music studio down the street. They came in and brought some of their artists and they all performed. And we actually had, I didn't catch their name, but they brought food in, and it was like a Thanksgiving type feast where you could come in and like buy plates and stuff. It was really nice. Yeah, shouts out to Knox Ketchum for putting this stuff on. Like they're doing some really cool stuff down there. His music is so freaking good.
I'm unfamiliar. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Knox, yeah, he's you've probably seen him around here before. He's got a beard.
Okay.
I don't even know I guess he's like hip hop music, but there's like an R&B like infusion into it too. Really dope stuff. Excited to see where he goes in the future.
Okay.
All the people that were around him, like there was so many good acts that were here last night. He just always closes the show out.
A lot of artists in the city.
So many, dude.
A lot of different things.
When they're just hidden too, like in pockets. That's why it was cool to like start doing open mics here at the bar, because whenever you have a mic stand up, a true artist is going to come get on the mic.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't matter like if they're not getting paid or not. Like artists want to just perform. They want to do their art. They want to do their craft. So I mean, we set the mic up, and whoever's around the neighborhood just walks in and starts playing music.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been in here a couple times for open mic night, and it rolls. I mean, it keeps going like through the evening.
And seeing the growth of these people was really fun for me.
Yeah, because
I mean, you see someone. I think there was one guy that comes in here quite often, and he's been on the podcast too. It's Payson. Payson. I don't know. He came in one time and he was like, "Hey man, do you ever do open mics or anything here?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then he got up and he's like, "I'm going to play some original songs." And I was like, "Okay." You know, you never know what's going to come out when people say I'm going to play original songs. Freaking beautiful songs. And he said he hadn't played in years, you know, but he's a songwriter and he moved to New Orleans, not for music, but he's just down here, and I guess it's a perfect place for him. And seeing his growth, you know, throughout the years has been pretty amazing. Even the comedians, like those guys too. I mean, They hustle all the freaking time, man.
Oh yeah, I was you know, the first few times I saw the open mic comedy here, I was like, all right, like it's just open mic. I guess it's like, you know, just a couple of people, but they're around town. They're doing a lot of different shows. Like this is like just one stop in their week.
Yeah, no, the comedy grind is insane, man. Like I don't know how they even do it, but yeah, they're out every single night of the week doing a mic, and some of them are just the garbage, absolute garbage.
Oh, absolutely. The bombs fall.
But that's part of it, you know. It's part of growth, right?
You know, the confidence to get up there and like spit it. I mean, it's easy to like lose your focus and like, you know. So,
and the reason I can say that they're garbage is because I did it one time and I bombed so bad. The only one here that was laughing was Marcus.
Oh.
And Marcus Bond was laughing because I sucked so bad. Like I tanked, and there was a whole room full of people.
You really, it's tough. I mean, even good comics bomb, you know, like I don't know anything about that. I'd love to do it. I think, you know, I'd like to laugh. I like, you know,
do it one night.
I say some random things that are just funny, but it's just kind of off the top of my head. Like I'm just running, just whatever. But
that's what I try to do too. I try to just spitball off the top of my head, and I quickly fell. And I realized there's a format that you have to take if you're going to do, you know, comedy. But I think you should do it. I think everyone should do it once in their life.
Yeah, that's like the chick that comes in here. She's I forgot her name. I think her name is. I'm gonna just stop. I don't want to get her name wrong because she's been coming in here. She's just like working on like public speaking, like confidence. So she's been doing open mic comedy. Yeah, she's been doing open mic comedy to work on like. She works in marketing and she's like trying to, I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like,
that's dope.
And she hasn't been bad. I mean, she, you know, whatever, everybody's got to work on their punchlines in that open mic, but she's doing her thing. Like I need to work on my own confidence. I should start getting involved in that. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
Yeah. It might be the girl that reached out to me on Instagram. I think, I don't know her, but there's a girl that reached out to me on Instagram. She's been asking me what days we do comedy. I bet it's her. But yeah, it's a really good practice. I did, you know, you take speech in like high school and college and shit.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't speech in college. It was something else, some other class, but we had to do a speech in college. And I'm so more confident in myself now that I do, you know, these kinds of things. And I've been bartending and stuff for so long. But back then, you know, I was just a very quiet person. I sat behind a computer all the time and did my thing. But I mean, I think you need to get up in front of people and develop yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely something to work on for sure. I mean, but half the time you're getting roasted, you know, like some people's eyes are just like, they're like, whatever, you know, they don't care what's coming out your mouth.
But how do you get over that?
I don't know. I guess you got to look through them. You really got to look through those people because that's most of New Orleans.
Yeah, I think that's the key is just like developing a sense of fuck it.
Yeah.
Like this person doesn't like me, fuck it.
You need like your grandpa's like confidence in doing like, like just like they, you know what I'm talking about? Like elderly people could give a shit. They
True.
don't give a shit. They just live their life. They go about their business. They'll pass gas in the grocery store. Like they don't, they do not care. You need that level of confidence to get up there and do what you're doing.
But do you think that comes from age or do you think it comes from the way they were raised?
I think it comes with age. I think there's definitely a point in your life that you just stop caring. You don't give you've lived long enough that you don't care anymore.
So a powerful thing to do would be able to develop that now.
Yeah.
As a younger man.
It's coming.
Yeah. He's like, I'm almost there.
One of these days. Yeah. But no, for real. I don't know when, but definitely that's definitely a point to establish in your life. Mm-hmm. At some point you just freely live your life. You do what you want to do as long as you're living right by your means.
I think for me, that point came when I was bartending on Bourbon Street. When I just all these people that I met, like we started having conversations, right? And it would start off just kind of like this right here. We're just two people that work our normal lives having a conversation. Conversation's great, but as more and more drinks go down, they just turn back into an animal. And my whole thought when I was younger is like, this person's better than me, so they're judging me based off what I'm saying, and I'm there's a better person here judging me.
Yeah,
because I know what's going on in my head. I don't know what's going on in everyone else's head. But whenever I started being around people that were just like shit-faced drunk and doing debaucherous, like animalistic shit, I was like, okay, they're all just they're just as bad as I am.
Yeah.
Therefore, whatever's coming out of my mouth is, just as important as what's coming out of their mouth.
Oh yeah, you need a little liquor to loosen you up. Within reason, responsibly.
Yeah, dude, I hate alcohol so bad. It's the worst thing ever invented.
Oh, and it's tough here, Everything requires drinking.
Yeah, no, it's alcohol's a fun pastime, but I'm more of a fan of marijuana.
Oh yes, always good.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There's no hangover after it. That's what's beautiful about marijuana.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a hangover from that?
I don't know that I've had a hangover. I would say maybe like early on, like, those like back in the day when you would smoke some terrible, terrible weed and you get too high for your own good. Those early days of smoking things like that, I'd say, that would run too long, but no, dude, I don't get a hangover. Maybe a Munchies hangover where I ate, I overdid it. And
dude, I've been there before. I've been like in mid like eating like 4 bowls of food. I'm like, what is it? What am I doing? Where is this even going?
Endless pit until you fill up. That's rough. Oh no, you gotta be responsible on that end. But I love it. I love it.
Tell me about one of those times when you got like too high. Because I know what my experiences feel like, but I want to hear it from someone else, and then I'll tell you one of mine.
I think like, in those early days, I would get so high off of like so little, and I would just fall asleep. It didn't matter where, what, and I fell asleep in my friend's driveway, like just laying down on the concrete, passed out. Woke up like, oh, like that. And it's like, and I feel like people today, like adults who like are, suffering from pain, that's the high they need. Yeah. Where they just are like, oh, a couple hits off this blunt, or, oh, I'm out, I'm laying, I'm falling asleep on concrete. Do you think I could fall asleep on concrete today? No. It doesn't matter how much weed I smoke.
I don't think you'd want to fall asleep on this concrete.
No, I wouldn't. Anyway. Hell no. My back would be screwed for weeks. My whole body would be messed up, but.
Dude, especially down in the French Quarter, man. Like there's just standing water down there sometimes, and it has a mixture of like vomit and horse crap and piss.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah. Although
it's pretty bad out here. You walk past, 2 doors down.
Well, I mean, even here, I need to sweep those fucking sidewalks off every night.
It's bad. Well, they didn't pick up trash this week. I don't know if you noticed that. They didn't pick up the trash. Thanks. What
is that?
New Orleans Sewage and Water Board. Thank you. Richard's Disposal for not coming down Ferret this week. Actually, I did see you come down Ferret this week, but you didn't pick up my trash. You didn't pick up the neighbor's trash. You didn't pick up pretty much the whole block's trash. So thank you, Richard's Disposal and New Orleans Sewage and Water Board and Trash and Sanitation. I don't know, they pick up. But when they don't pick up, it blows around. All that wind came
That's
in
what
this
all
week.
that is.
I mean, but it's all the time. And then the recycling ain't picked up for 2 weeks. My can's been out there 2 weeks. And so.
Yeah, I wonder where all that trash was coming from. Cause like I do see it, like I'm sitting outside in the daytime and I'll see trash fucking blowing down the street. And I'm like, where is this stuff coming from?
Well,
even
and people
down there in front of y'all's place. Yeah, down in front of y'all's place,
rough.
man. It's bad.
By that vape shop's real bad.
Yeah, I wonder if they ever even pick that shit up.
No. And it's like, I mean, it's tough because, I mean, one, the community should take care of the community. So you should clean up and you're outside your house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was going to do it today. I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, I need to get out there with a trash bag and pick this crap up. I don't care because I'm tired of looking at it.
Right.
You know, and as a business owner, it's the same thing. Like you're saying, you sweep out front. Like as a business owner, you need to get out front your business and make sure it looks nice on the exterior and the interior.
Yeah, I try to sweep every morning when I come in because I know that at nighttime the bartenders are exhausted when they get off.
Oh, absolutely.
So I know that they're not going to want. And plus, it's kind of dangerous down here right now at nighttime.
It's tough. Well, when they get in their shift, they're not like, oh, I'm gonna go out front and sweep up.
Well, honestly, I don't want them to because, like I said, right now with the stuff that's going on, I would much rather them stay inside and me come in the morning whenever it's it's light outside.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we try to keep this place around here straightened up. And you're right, the business owners should take care of this stuff, and the community should take care of these things. But we had a pothole out here in front of the street for. God, it was like months. I mean, people were just bombing their cars in this thing right out in front of Mint.
Yeah.
Were you here when
I didn't know. I think that was repaired by the time I was here. But
dude, it was insane how big this thing was. And we kept wondering, we're like, why is no one coming and fixing this? Why is no one coming and fixing this? Like people were reporting it and stuff. People were bombing their cars out and having to go to the
they got a list they can't keep up with. Trust me. You're 2 years down the line on that list.
Well, so one day I was talking to the other businesses around the street and I was like, yo, let's just go one night and grab some stuff and just fill the hole in. Yeah. Like we can do this. Like why not? And literally
it's a shame that you got to do that, but yeah, I mean, $20 can do more than waiting on the city to come around.
Well, you can actually buy asphalt too at Home Depot. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I was like, let's just go do it ourselves. And literally the next day they were out here fixing it. And I was like, I don't know if we just like put this in the universe or what.
It's a shame. Yeah. Sometimes that's kind of how it goes. By the time you're ready to do it, they'll show up and do it. But sometimes you really do need to get out there and like, look, sweep your drain, pick up the trash. Cause that's all it's going to do is clog up your sewer line. And
I think the world will be a better place too if we need to focus on where the funds are going because there's money out there to fix these things.
Absolutely.
So we need to focus on where the funds are going and then start taking care of our communities ourselves.
But put it into the community for the community to deal with it because you're not going to handle it. I completely agree with that.
And we just solved half the world's problems right there.
Stop littering. I see it all the time, every day. Stop throwing a whole drink out your window.
No,
you go to the gas station once a week, clean out your car.
Yeah, I see people all the time just at a stoplight and it's like out the window. And I'm like, what are you fucking doing?
I mean, even the grocery store and stuff, like the amount of like trash in the parking lot, it's like you and then it puts it on those people to clean it up, which is,
it's not my job.
It's not my job. Oh, someone should come out here and clean it. But guess what? They don't. That it just sits and it blows around. It's rough. I mean, the only time they're cleaning the streets is during Mardi Gras. Yeah, dude, there's so much trash then. Like, have you ever been down there during like after a parade? Mm-hmm. Oh, watching the cleaning crew come through.
Yeah,
the leaf blowers, the rakes. They're just.
I forgot which.
And the like the bulldozers.
Bulldozers. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just pushing trash. You just see this like mound of trash, and and it's crazy because like. I work in importing and exporting all this crap. So like we clear some of the stuff that comes in for Mardi Gras, all that crap, all the beads, just the trinkets, all the random stuff. And it's like all that they spent all this money importing this stuff as far as like to clear it, the customs clearance on it. Cause a lot from China and then it's just all on the trash. Yeah. It's all in the trash. It just goes straight to the landfill. They paid all this money to get that stuff. Start throwing some better stuff. There's some better stuff. Like
now they pack these like large crates of beads on these floats, and they just throw them out all night long. Which we all know this. They get in trees. They go down drains. People are collecting some of them. But in the aftermath of one of these big parades, I used to bartend in the French Quarter. We would go in the next morning to like open the bar again, and they would just be these like bulldozers and like front end loaders just pushing these. I mean, like bigger than us sitting here right now, piles of trash, and they would take
like
these
snow when you see them.
Yeah.
Build up snow in the north. That's what they're doing with the beads. They're
load them all into shipping containers.
Mardi Gras trash.
Which makes you wonder where they even put those. Like where the landfills have to be fucking huge.
It's
like,
on the West Bank.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think they might. Do they still have one out in New Orleans East? I got to look on that too.
Oh, I don't even know, man.
The West Bank is where we dump our trash. Thank you, the West Bank.
Thank you, West Bank. You're the best bank. It's where all the trash is.
It's all in. Yeah.
Now we have this in Arkansas. We had this there's a large field going towards Jonesboro, Arkansas, and they actually were making a new landfill out there. When I was young, I was probably like 15 or so, and you could see them start digging down, and then all of a sudden you saw the trash start going in, and go like 5 more years into the future, and then you see a mound out there. And now if you go there, it's like a fucking mountain.
I hope they burn some of it. I hope they dig out metal and things that can be salvaged. And, I hope they're dealing with it in some way like that. I hope they're burning some of it. I don't know what they're doing with it. Because if you go down to, I've seen Florida's landfill and where they've just, it turns into a levee, that they I guess they fill it over with some dirt. Put some grass on top of it, and it ends up being the biggest mountain available in this flatland state.
Yeah, so that's what they did in Arkansas too. It's on a very popular road. It's like Highway number 1 going into Jonesboro, so it's a really popular city. So you could actually see it from the highway. Okay, right. So what they did to fix this problem,
it stinks too, I'm sure.
Yeah, you can smell it when you're going through there. But what they did was they put the dirt on it, and they also put these vents on it because you got to vent the trash when it's running.
Like tubes in it or something.
Yeah, the tubes. And then you know what they did at the road? So like it's sitting off the road, right? They put trees up, a whole fucking line of trees. That way no one can actually see it. And I'm like, this is how we do things, though. This is how we do things on this planet. We just cover it up.
I'm sure there's some toxic runoff and
we just cover it up and kick it down the road for the next generation.
Oh, and then even some of your recyclables, I mean, we send those overseas. We send a lot of trash overseas. You'd be surprised.
Where to?
Just certain Asian countries. We have a lot of stuff that's going to Thailand for a while. You'd be surprised where this stuff goes. I mean, I don't.
So do you have to deal with that stuff too?
I don't deal with that. A lot of stuff we deal with. We can't really deal with scrap, or we can't get rates for scrap. But it does get shipped. It does get shipped. Thailand put a ban on scrap plastics. They stopped taking scrap plastic. Yeah, because a lot of it ended up being, dirty plastic that the U.S. wasn't willing to break down and repurpose. So it ended up just being, they would get it and it'd be trash. They'd get this and then they'd have to deal with it on their end to dispose of. And
think of how dumb that is.
Oh, and then all the fuel, the money involved. It's just stupid. So, I guess it is good to reduce and reuse, and people, you got your reusable water bottles and stuff, but at the end of the day, this stuff is not getting broken down. Even if you are recycling, you don't know where that stuff's ending up. Right. And I know New Orleans doesn't have the proper facilities to break down stuff with a lot of food waste, and most people are not washing their plastics, or every recycle truck is probably already contaminated from that one bad recycler per block or something,
who just doesn't rinse their stuff off.
Who's got a greasy pizza box in the mix, or got, doesn't rinse their stuff out. So
the whole like shipping trash overseas blows my fucking mind.
It's rough.
The amount of money we're spending just to ship trash.
Well, and it's too because we don't want to pollute our country with it. I mean, we're already polluting enough, but you'd be surprised. where people get bad with the US. So it's like, oh, they're littering our waterways, or they're doing this or that. Like it's way worse elsewhere. So the emissions here and things like that, like, yeah, we're not happy about it, but trust me, there's a lot of other countries that it's just a free for all. There's no regulating it. They're just doing it.
Well, even in China, like they said that every regulation that we pose to lower our emissions, China opens up a new coal plant. So it's basically we're doing one thing over here, and then they open one up to combat the energy needs.
No,
I mean, people need energy.
It's money. Yeah. I mean, you gotta. Everything's wrapped around the dollar, so you're gonna. They're not looking into these emissions. They're not looking into this stuff. They're looking at their pockets, their workers' pockets. I mean, it's emissions make money. it's they got to spread it out, unfortunately. But
quote of the day: emissions make money.
They do. It's sad. I mean, the amount of chemicals, plastics, petroleum-based things, you need it.
Yeah, it's in everything.
Keep telling yourself you don't need it. I mean, even electricity, there's emissions in your electricity. Figure it out. You can't avoid it, but you need to figure out to make it more efficient. And that's what I feel like the US does. We just figure out more ways to, how can we make these cars more fuel efficient? How can we, you can't stop depending on fossil fuel. You can't.
The hell's that?
Oh, that's my. Well, I was going to eat.
Oh.
I took some insulin like I was going to eat.
I didn't know you needed that.
Oh, no worries.
Do you need to go?
Oh, no, but now it's just my blood sugar's going down, but I could.
Get out of here if you need to.
Back. Oh, we're good. I'll just get a cold drink from behind the bar and keep it moving.
Yeah, what do you want? I got you.
Just a Coke.
Squeeze by you.
Thanks, Kyle. Oh, I know. You got the.
I didn't have any ice back there.
Oh, no worries.
You just have like an automatic thing?
Yeah, I got all the fancy things.
The latest technology.
The latest technology lets you know that you're going down.
Yeah, no, I snagged him on the way to get food.
Oh, no worries. No, I had prepared as if I was gonna eat heavy, or just eat some good things. So let's my blood sugar was a little higher at the time, so I was like trying to get it down. But
what does that mean? I don't understand like the insulin and stuff.
Okay, so give you a brief. Your body's probably running at about 82 right now, maybe 78.
Is that like normal?
That's your normal blood sugar.
Okay,
definitely under 85. Whatever, and your body's recognizing what you're taking in and breaking it down necessarily, and maintaining that level. It's really not spiking. Where I don't produce any. I gotta I gotta manually manage that, what's coming in, and keeping that down. So
do you have to like snack throughout the day and stuff?
Yeah, you just run with what you got. So yeah, as you're really, I don't necessarily need to snack. I mean, I have like a regulated amount of insulin that my insulin pump's giving myself to maintain my blood sugar and maintain what I'm eating. And
Well, the only reason I'm asking about snacks is because the only guy I knew that was a diabetic, and when I was in school, was this. We were all young, so I didn't understand what diabetes was then.
Oh, it's changed for sure.
Well, he got to go every day and get snacks. And I was like, hang on a second. Why does this motherfucker get to go get snacks and I don't get snacks every day?
Well, that's the thing. Like in this instant right now, I need a snack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my blood sugar's coming down. I need to consume something to, you know, I just canceled my insulin intake for half an hour to, you know, anything that I've already got in my system will maybe, you know, if there's no insulin running, it'll come back up with, you know, the whatever I ate for breakfast and stuff, because it takes a while for your body to digest. But your body's manually reacting to your body consuming and
just the glucose levels in your blood, right?
oh yeah, just yeah. Once it's all, I mean, any carbohydrate's going to break down to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So once I guess once it all hits your lower intestine, that's, you know, it's spiking in some form.
Yeah, and then when they finally told me that this guy had insulin or this guy had diabetes when I was young, then every day, because we would go out and drink together, we were buddies. And one time he got super drunk and he forgot to like regulate his insulin when he got really drunk, and he like had to go to the hospital. Like, I'll never forget that night. So then every time after that, whenever we were out, I would always ask him, "Did you regulate your insulin?"
That's the worst.
Yeah, every time he was like, "Yeah, I got it.
It's a shame. I mean,
I didn't want to see that happen again, you know?
That's how it goes, man. I mean, I know how to do it. Most people, you know, sometimes we have a bad day.
What do you do whenever like you're drinking? You have to like do something different?
Not really. Alcohol, I guess your blood alcohol content kind of enhances your insulin consumption, basically. So your insulin will maybe overreact or maybe do a little bit more, break down sugar in a faster rate. So yeah, you may see a lower blood sugar. But with all this stuff, like I've got it kind of made, you know, my body's all my things are alerting me, letting me know what's going on. I just got this new insulin pump that's communicating with my continuous glucose monitor it can stop and regulate accordingly. You know, they just keep making this stuff to mimic the normal body function, you know, whatever.
Now, that is one of the cool things about technology. Like some of the shit that's going on right now, it terrifies me. Mm-hmm. But things like that, I think, are helpful to humanity.
It is. It's been around forever. You can live a long, healthy, prosperous lifestyle with diabetes now. I mean, because I was diagnosed as a young child. I think I'm not too young, but I was 9. Mm-hmm. So my body was functioning as it should before that.
Yeah.
But you can do it. I mean, you can just, as long as you're monitoring it, as long as you're watching what you're doing, what you're eating. I don't necessarily watch what I eat, but as long as you're
just on top of it, right?
Yeah. As long as you're monitoring, as long as you're, running through, making sure your sugar's getting metabolized, you know.
Well, have you ever like had a attack from that, like passed out or something?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, I've even had seizures from extended low blood sugar.
Get the fuck out of here. What's the seizure like?
I mean, you don't
remember it?
I don't. Yeah, you're not.
When I only saw one person ever have a seizure, and I was working in a restaurant. I was working Ruby Tuesdays in Arkansas, and I walked up to my buddy, and I was looking at him, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, kind of thing like that. And he was just like locked. And we were servers, and we were back in the kitchen. And then I was like, "Hey, dude, you okay?" And then all of a sudden, I see him like start shaking, and he falls over on the ground. And I was like, "Holy shit!" Our manager jumped in and like started like holding his arms and stuff, doing whatever they had to do. Yeah. But that's the only one I've ever seen have one, and it was really freaky.
Your body could do some crazy shit.
So what's it like from a mental perspective? Do you remember anything about it, or just like 1 minute you're there and next minute you're locked up?
Yeah, I don't think you can really register like, oh, where was the point where, what was the last thing you remembered? I mean, you just kind of black out, really. You just kind of shut down, and your body takes over from there, and come back from that, and
it's probably just like death.
Yeah, but you kind of fuck up. I mean, and it sucks because you can fall, and you just you might just flat, fall on your face or fall on the back of your head and stuff. You'll chew up your tongue and shit like that.
What a weird fucking thing, dude, that your body just like, it'll do that. It'll just lock up.
That's wild.
It is very wild. But I feel like it's probably something similar to death, where I think in death, you kind of like, you click out of being human and you're just gone.
Yeah.
And your body's either reacting or you're dealing with the trauma. Like I've had experiences like that, taking like psychedelics, where it was like such a traumatic experience. Like it's not a trauma in the way you would think of trauma, traditional trauma, but it's like such an overwhelming experience that you kind of like, your mind's
a wild place.
Yeah. You like disconnect from reality.
Yeah. Your brain can do your central nervous system can do some weird things. I don't have a full understanding to that, but some doctor could explain to you how your mind works and how it affects your body. And that's just what, that's what people deal with. I mean,
what if, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Yeah. Things like that kind of freak me out. The seizure stuff. We'll change the subject here for a second.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever watch Power Rangers when you were growing up?
A little bit. It was kind of, I loved it, but it was kind of in my earlier stages, so I never really rewatched it as an adult, or maybe.
Yeah, I mean, but the like traditional ones with the White Ranger, the Green Ranger. That was Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he committed suicide today.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's
what color?
The Green Ranger.
The Green Ranger.
Yeah, he was Tommy. He was also the White Ranger. He went from green to white, I believe is how it happened. I can't remember exactly. But yeah.
It's tough, man. A lot of people deal with shit. I mean, everybody's dealing with things. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got things going on. Everybody's got, things going on with their family. I mean, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep rolling with things. I mean, sometimes things are terrible. I mean, I'm not always happy. No one's happy. Is anyone really?
I'm angry happy? Always.
I mean, some people are. Some people are loving it. Some people's lives are just rolling, I mean, some people are just, like having a great time, or just everything's going good for them, and then they're still not happy. You know what I mean? You got to run with it. You got to roll with how your life's going. I mean, tomorrow's not promised, and you don't have to decide that, like you just got to keep running. If your body's moving, you need to keep moving.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite quotes is that one by Sylvester Stallone. The world is a mean and nasty place. It'll knock you down and keep you down if you let it.
Yeah.
But it's not about how hard you can hit, or what is it? It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Something like that.
That's a very popular quote. It's very true statement. I mean, get used to it.
Yeah, you're going to get hit. You just got to keep moving forward.
You ever see people we all do it, but some people, like, something happens to them and it doesn't even, some people would say, that's happened to me, or, things happen and stuff. But some people get really bent out of shape when things happen to them. And it's like, you've never not had your way, or you've never, like, life sucks. Get used to it.
Yeah. It's so the way I look at everything in this planet is you have to break it down and then it'll come back stronger. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even with muscles, you break them down, they come back bigger. To build resilient humans, they need to be broken down and they come back stronger. But it's up to you if you want to come back stronger or not. You have the option.
But
and some people can't, some people don't want it anymore. They just give up.
You choose, and you have the power of choice. You can, you put yourself into certain situations, you're going to get certain results. I mean, certain things are going to happen to you based on what you're doing. You're living fast, you're going to die fast, things like that. So just
live
run
fast,
your
die
life.
Young, baby.
Live a good life. Live a healthy life if you can. I mean, just do whatever makes you happy. Make yourself happy. Make yourself feel good. Every day is a good day to feel good. So it's really just, but some people really, I mean, it sucks. Like, this is all stemming off the Green Power Ranger dying, just It's a shame to hear. It really is. It's not funny, but I hope his family's out there just,
Yeah, he's got kids.
Taking it in, dealing with it the best they can. I mean, and keep moving forward for them. But people's demons really get the best of them. Your mind's not really a place to be sometimes. You got to get out.
Yeah.
I fall asleep so easily, but some people, you lay down, if you don't have any kind of distraction or maybe the TV on, you can just really get in your head. And
I've been there before. Yeah.
I've been there before. I mean, I've been in, I've taken mushrooms before and had a horrible time in my head. Just, like all the terrible things, like everything you ever thought about yourself, like really judging yourself and like really just unhappy. I'm like, this is horrible. I got to get out of this.
And you can't at that point.
You can't get out of your head. You can't get out of your head. And people really do get trapped in their head. And it's,
is that your only experience with mushrooms?
No, I've had some great times and then maybe a bad time after that. But sometimes it just gets stressful. Like if you're not in like a fun setting or just in like a, in a good place, it could be bad. It could be bad. So.
Okay. So this is a weird thing about me is I don't like taking mushrooms around other people. I like to be in my house in a dark room. I love to be in my mind.
Okay.
It's a scary place, but we have good times.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you could run with just, I'm telling you, man,
I think that's what
doubt yourself so easily.
I think that's what the yogis used to do back in the day. They would crawl into these caves. They would like hollow out of like rocks, and you see them all over like Asia and stuff. But they would crawl in these caves, and I think they would take psychedelics of some sort, and then they would just sit inside the dark cave. And it like forces you to not take in outside stimuli. It forces you to kind of go into yourself and discover who you truly are.
Oh, it's good. You definitely look through things. Like you think differently. Like everything. I mean, it's probably just your body fighting off the toxins or whatever.
Possibly.
But it is. It's a wake up. It's definitely a different view of some things. So it can be. I gotta find the right dosage. But.
So that's another. Oh shit! That's another really tricky thing is the dosage aspect, because one of our mutual friends who comes to the bar. I don't want to say his name because he's a professional. But he was trying to take psilocybin because he wanted to experience it just one time. He wanted to experience it, and he didn't think it would react. He wasn't reacting to it. Like no matter what dose he took of mushrooms, it literally wouldn't cause any effect in him. And then one night I come across some chocolates, some psilocybin infused with chocolate, and he tried that. And he said it was the most incredible experience of his life. The first time he did it, because what he did was he plays cricket. So he sat down that night and he actually thought about cricket, and he like took notes on it and like scientifically broke it down. Cause that's what he does. He works in science.
Oh yeah.
Scientifically broke it down. And he said the next game he played, cause he had a game like 2 days later, he said it was the best game he's ever played in his life, because he was taking all that, like,
it wakes you up sometimes. It can really wake your mind up, and like,
he said he was thinking about
thinking deeper.
What was the angles of the paddle that he was hitting the ball from, and like how he was catching the ball and stuff. He was breaking all that down from a scientific perspective. Yeah. But then he said he took the same stuff on a different day.
Yeah.
And it like sent him down the wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah. It's like, it's a give or take. You hopefully it's a very giving experience, but sometimes it could take too much out of you. Just like
when it's there, you're stuck in it too. That's what's the scary part. I think
that's the commitment. You got to be committed to the commitment, because you're locked in for hours. There's no stopping it, and everybody. It's all how your body digests it too. I mean,
right.
It's not just. It's not something absorbing into your saliva or just going on in your stomach. It's got to hit your lower and your small intestine to really start getting absorbed into your bloodstream. So I'm a fan of mincing them up and either putting them into some chocolate or taking a handful and then swigging something. But when you break it down like that, your body has less. It'll push through faster. It's like,
I wonder if that's why this chocolate helped him.
Because some people will just chew up the mushroom, and I've tried that, and it is not appetizing at all. Your mouth does not salivate at all. That mushroom is the driest, nastiest. It's just not enjoyable. Your mouth doesn't even salivate.
It's fungus.
Yeah. I mean, but like normally, if you take a bite of food, like, oh, your mouth starts to salivate because this tastes good, or like this is salty, this is sweet, this is, whatever. But no, those mushrooms are so dry, and you can't even break them down. It doesn't matter. Like you're better off chopping them up and slamming them.
Yeah.
They make great chocolate. It's like a crunch bar.
Yeah, no, the chocolate's really nice. I heard of one person one time, they said they go get Mexican food. And they take them, they like sprinkle them on the Mexican food.
Yeah, I've seen people do that, like just like mix it into whatever they're eating. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to be done with this. Like, let's get this in.
Well, so I microdose now every other day. Mm-hmm. And what I do is when I take my microdose, it's just like a little bitty, it's like this right here. You can't even really see it. It's like a little bitty piece. I'll take that and eat an orange with it because the orange kind of breaks it down a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
I got one more thing for you. What was it? Oh my God, it was in there a while ago. Let me swim through my brain and find it. It wasn't the Power Ranger. We've already discussed the Power Ranger. I can't think of it, man. Wayne.
What?
Thanks for coming in today, brother.
Oh, you're welcome. This is a very spur of the moment thing. I appreciate it, Kyle.
Yeah, no, I had everything set up. I was like, I need someone to be on this podcast. Setup. Thanks, man. Yeah, it takes a little bit to set up. That's why I like to utilize it when it's up here,
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for everything you do around the bar.
I'll try.
Yeah, like
community effort, man.
I love it.
Community.
Yeah, we what was the thing? We were doing something on Halloween, and Wayne went out of his way and brought us some sandwiches and candy and all kinds of good stuff that night. So
it was a party.
It was a party, yeah. And you supplied some food, and we really, dude, this bar runs based off the people in the community.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got a lot of service industry coming through here and works around here, and it's most people. A lot of it's people just live around here, but every once in a while you get people just out, like they're out and they stumble across this place and they're like, yeah, let's go in. Yeah, especially like. I think the live music on Thursdays is like helpful in that point. Sometimes you walk past a live act and you're like, oh, we'll see what's going on in there and stuff, So, but this is a cool spot. I like this place a lot.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for everything you do around here. And we all appreciate it from the bottoms of our heart.
I appreciate it.
We'll have you on again whenever you want to come on, brother.
Oh, yeah. This is your usual. Is this every day? Sunday?
Every Sunday, yeah.
Every Sunday. All right. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.